All the winch wiring tied in, done. Starter wiring done. We got all the wiring on the engine done enough that we can put this in, hook a few wires up, and this thing will start. All right, we are back to work. Now that we've got our frame finished, we've got the body all painted too. We got the bumper. Sean's working on putting that on. Owen's working on spark plugs. I'm gonna be working on the exhaust. Hillbilly's gonna be working on other stuff. Colton's gonna be filming. The boss is gonna be showing up later. She's gonna be helping. This is looking so awesome. You guys just follow along.
Okay, I'm just tearing apart the coil racks.
I'm sorry.
Tearing apart the coil pack racks, getting them all cleaned up, because that one I've cleaned, that one I haven't. See how much better the clean one looks? That's what I'm doing. Cleaning up coils.
All right, let's go make some cuts. Sean thinks that's scary. This is scary.
That ain't scary.
Oh, yeah. Drilling those holes on it, scary, Sean.
What Sean thinks is scary is right here on this bumper. The holes where they've been powder coated. He has to drill them out, get the powder coat out, but he doesn't want to sit and chip, cause a bunch of chipping, so he's scared. Are you scared? You were scared of the knuckles.
Yes.
Everyone's having their scare moment.
I've been getting a little bit more confident with it because powder coat is really durable, but it's still scary.
Cool. We think we got it somewhat figured out. I got this little piece, how I need it. We're gonna TIG weld it on in place, and then we're gonna build off of it.
Okay, so we just got the intake all cleaned up, got some new gaskets on it. Throwing it on. Intake's hitting the alternator for some reason, so it won't go all the way forward. Robbie, I have a slight problem.
What? Excuse me.
Intake's hitting the alternator.
How is it hitting? It's factory.
I don't know.
There's no way. There's no way. It's literally a factory. Everything is factory. Where's the old alternator?
I have no idea.
Grab the old one. But yeah, that does not make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, we could pull this, but then it's going to have a
Yeah.
vacuum leak. But there's no way. That doesn't make sense. Grab the old one. Let's see what the heck's going on. Yep, that's totally it. So take that off. Take it to Napa and show them. That's got to be the wrong one or something. But we need that one.
No.
Okay.
And if not, we'll just put the old one back on. It's just ugly. And meanwhile, I'm going to make 25 different little baby cuts until I can get the exhaust out of this thing.
Okay, so what we figured out with the alternator is it was packaged wrong. The alternator that we just took off that didn't fit was a Chevy alternator, we don't know to what. The new one that I just went and got is the exact same part number as to the one that we just took off. So that means the alternator got switched into a different box, so it's the wrong part number. We got the right one now, so we're going to get it back in place and bolt it in while Owen's doing the intake.
While they're doing that, I'm trying to get exhaust figured out. And I think I've got my contraptual bends that are going to clear everything, clear the drive shaft, clear the brakes, clear the transfer case. And now all I'm trying to do is figure out where my exhaust can actually sit inside the belly pan. Doesn't look too bad. It's the first time I've ever done exhaust.
I've done exhaust a lot, but it was just Mickey Mouse and rigged. It ain't professionally done like this.
Clubhouse. Ow! Alright, now I'm going to put this up in there, get it positioned, and hopefully it'll work. Alright, we did it! We have no interference with body mounts, brake lines, drive shaft, nothing. It's going to work right there. Shifters are going to clear it, but we're definitely going to have to like header wrap it or Cerakote it or something.
Or both.
Yeah, we're both. We're barely missing there. We got a fuel line there that needs a heat wrap on it. O-Dog and Hillbilly getting all the wiring all strung to the middle. This is where we're going to put it come through and put them out for the electronics end of it. We got a breather on the transmission. That's just gonna go up here. We've got our fuel lines here. We've got our transmission lines there. We got our exhausty there. We got to do a rear dump there.
And there, and there, and there.
And here and there and everywhere. And then this side will be good. I mean, I've got it just about perfection. I'm gonna put another tack on this so it doesn't want to move. And then we'll go to the other side and start figuring that out.
2 sensor on this side.
What side do we want to do it? O2 sensor.
Are we run both sides again?
We can only run one.
Oh, we only run one.
Yeah, the Terminator X.
That one there then.
The Terminator X only has.
Yeah, you already got the bump.
Well, I know, but it just depends on if I
You can run off that.
might have to cut the flange. And anyway, I'm gonna put another couple tacks. We'll go to the other side.
We gotta build an engine cover. So these will be the side pieces. They'll get holes drilled in them, and that's where the bolts will go. And I'll kind of show you where it's gonna go. Sit right on there like that and bolt down. And we'll have flooring from here up. Perfect.
Okay, so me and Owen, we got the wiring all ran
Always eating.
and tucked up nice, except what you see here, that's because that all goes into the cab, so we can't really secure that or make that look nice until the body's on.
Did you say queso?
Yeah, he's always talking about
Queso cheese. Don't you like queso cheese?
I do like queso.
All right, so I quite ruined it. But have no fear, for I have an Ameribraid. We'll fix it. You want to know what a winning combination looks like? An Ameribraid with a VSM belt. It's almost like I cut it perfect. All right, so I got V-bands on the muffler. It's super hot. I'm gonna run a lunch. We'll come back, we'll get this installed, and then we'll work on the other side. So we'll be right back. All right, we are just about done with this awesome exhaust. I'm just doing my last, whoa, so the exhaust goes down. So I'm just making another one of these with a V-band, and we'll have, did I weld those with the gas? Oh my gosh.
Did you?
I didn't take the O-rings out. Was there O-rings? Is there O-rings? Poopy. I might have to get new ones. Brother,
I don't think they come with O-rings in them.
Okay, gotta make a little cutty cut. Then we'll get on the Ameribraid to get that sanded. Then we should be able to finish welding up the couple of V-bands, get that off, and we'll weld the entire pipe up. All right, now I need to do, square that up, we'll have it done. This Ameribraid 2x72 belt grinder is the greatest tool we have. Look at that, all done. Now, once I got all my cuts, everything all ready to be welded up. I don't want to drag the TIG welder back into the other side yet because I still need to put all this together and figure out my exhaust hangers. But I've got this all trimmed down. I'm gonna weld up these, and then I can take this clamp off so that I can clamp those two together and weld those. So I spend a little while and do some TIG welding, and we're getting closer to having this exhaust done. Hillbilly and Owen are getting the wires ran for the winches. And once we got that done, the chassis is finished and ready for a body.
Okay, we're back in for another round of Cerakote. We've got the seats in here for the van. We're doing test colors on them. We're going to do blue on the seat pan and then silver on the framework. So we'll get this, and then we got some bronze and some black to do also. So it's going to be a little bit of a session tonight. It's 12:36, and we just got done with another project out in the shop. Now we're going to get this done. So when Robbie gets here in the morning, him and Demery can decide if those are the colors they want to use or what we want to do with these. All right, we got the blue sprayed. I got the black in the gun. I'm spraying transmission brackets, and then the bolts for the front bumper on the van. Okay, now here's the fun part. All the burnt bronze. I told them to hang them single. I guess they are. We'll see how easy this is going to be to spray tonight. It's going to take a minute, but we'll get her done. Okay, 10 years later, I got all the bronze done. Black's done, blue's done. Now we're gonna try this silver on the seats. Hopefully it covers good so I can see a difference. Okay, here's the silver we got sprayed on here. It's not much different look than what it was sandblasted. It sprayed a little funny, so I don't know what was going on. We'll see how it looks in the morning when it's dry. There's the seats. There's the blue, with the black bolts, back of the mirror, and a whole bunch of other bronze pieces. So there's one more session of Cerakote. There's been quite a bit on this bus. Red van, I mean, not the bus. It is late. It is super late or super early. It is 1:39. So yeah, it's time to get out of here, go home and go to bed, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
So we're doing our very first giveaway ever, and I've got this 1972 Chevy C10. One owner, that's right. This guy's grandpa that I bought this truck from bought it off the showroom floor, and I'm giving it away to you. This week only, 15 times entries. Go to RobbieLayton.com, buy some merch. For every $5 spent, you're getting 15 entries. You can be the second owner of this super sweet, super clean 1972 C10 Chevy.
All right, we're milling where you're gonna step when you get in, so we're making it kind of like a tread in the diamond shape. Then we'll go this way, and then we'll come back this way. So they'll make little diamonds, and should look pretty cool.
All right, so we're back to work the next day. You guys just saw Sean is milling. He makes everything look cool. That guy has got more talent in one pinky toe than a shop has in their whole bodies. But anyway, I'm getting back to work on finishing the exhaust system. These are my exhaust hanger brackets, but these are gonna bolt down to the body, and I'm gonna show you, but I need to put a 90-degree bend in it. So we'll get that bent real quick. Got that. Now, originally these are for 2.5-inch tubing, and I was gonna cut them off straight, but I'm not. I'm gonna drill holes so I can bolt these onto the frame. I'll go show you real quick, and then we'll get it all out. All right, so we've got the piece that's gonna go on the exhaust pipe, and then this is gonna be the down piece that goes to the frame. So this will bolt down there, and this will attach right there. And that'll be perfect. It'll hold my exhaust right where I want it, and it'll be mounted to rubber. So, right there, and right there. Like that sound? Be better. Yeah, it's gonna sound like Road. All right, so because these used to be exhaust hangers that require rubber, I'm gonna weld some washers so that our bolt will fit through it correctly, and then we'll drill them and tap the frame and make it work. Drilling through that stainless like butter. Like butter. All right, got our holes drilled. They're gonna fit. I gotta drill 2 more holes, and then we'll go and attach these to the exhaust system. All right, we got it tacked. We need to get the other side tacked now. Then we'll pull it apart and drill and tap the other hole, finish welding that, and this, oh, and I need you to get a stepper bit so I can drill the bung hole. Literally, the bung hole. All right, so I have got a big humongous hole cut for my O2 bung. I'm gonna get that tacked, and then we'll be able to pull this exhaust out. We'll pull both sides out, get it all fully welded, and then we're gonna final install it. Now my part is done.
All right, I just want to show you guys. I went ahead. Here's the fuel line. I put that heat wrap loom on there. I just ran it all the way. And all the way through there, around this 90, and then just right here where the exhaust, and then I believe Sean's building aluminum cover for right here. So I only went to like right there. That should be good enough. I think this stuff rated for 260 degrees, which is still close to, I wish it was higher rated, but it's better than nothing.
I've got 1, 2, 3 more welds to weld, and the entire exhaust system is done, and then I can get it put back in. We got all hands on deck. Everybody is busting their butt right now to try to get this ride done. Today is Thursday. We're supposed to leave on Saturday. It's 2 days. But we're gonna get it. It's not bad for just learning how to TIG weld. I'm gonna weld this backside and this tailpipe will be done. I've got this exhaust bracket welded on, all nice and pretty. I'm trying to take my time, make sure it's welded. Eventually, I'm gonna learn how to purge the inside for stainless and really make my welding that much better. But for now, this is gonna work. It's just a little crusty on the inside, but the weld should hold. That's what Sean told me, and I believe Sean. All right, it is lunchtime. Both of these puppies are welded. So we got both pipes, we got mufflers over there, and we got tailpipes. Whoa! Whoa! Look at that. We even did it so that if we ever want to just take the muffler out.
Oh yeah.
That's hot, by the way. Don't touch it. Woo! See that? We can V-band those right on. Then it'd be real loud.
Pipe.
Straight pipe. So anyway, look at that. It's not perfect, but I'm self-taught and I'm getting better. I need to learn how to purge the inside so that we don't get crusties, but that's for another day. I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. So we'll run to lunch with a burnt off fingertip and we'll come back and get the exhaust installed. And then I think we just have a few more little wiring things that we got to run. And then we got to get that body undercoated and get that body on the frame. So it's right after lunch. All right, so we're back from lunch. Every one of us have stuff to do. Owen is going to be helping me run some wires and some loom on all of this. We're going to be putting red loom over the red wires, black loom over the black. That way it doesn't look unfinished. We're going to be putting the fuel pump wire with the red wire. Now we're bringing all the wiring in here to this junction area, except for the fuel pump wire. That will somehow travel its little way all the way back up to that little mess of wires right there. So we'll figure that out. We'll get that one handled, that's no big deal. But we're gonna be putting junction boxes on the inside of the frame right here, where we're gonna bring all of our winch cables in, our starter wire is gonna come in, and we're gonna junction everything in here, and then we're gonna take cables right up to the battery. So this is kind of like a compartment that's gonna be hidden that will have a bottom shield, side shield, back shield, and a front shield. Anyway, so Colton gets to header wrap that header over there, or that exhaust pipe over there. And he's super excited for that. Woo! Because it's fiberglass.
That's how good.
So anyway, he's gonna header wrap that. You have to soak it in water and wrap it tight and clamp it, and then it's gotta dry. So we're gonna do that before we put the exhaust back in, but we also have to run all these wires before we can put the exhaust in. And then we got the boss over here, but she doesn't want to be seen.
Hi.
So she's here helping too, and she'll jump in where needed, like bossing us around.
All right, I came outside to do this because I gotta get the heat wrap wet. Then when it starts dripping, it's like this carbon, watery. It's terrible. We got a mess in there, so I didn't want to get it everywhere. So I came outside. Anyways, so I got my heat wrap, bucket of water, my exhaust pipe. I throw this in the water, get a wrap, do a few wraps, then I'll use a metal zip tie, clamp it down, pull it tight, wrap it all. When I get to the end, clamp it, cut it, move to the next one. All right, I got it all wrapped. Like I said, I soaked it in water, pulled as tight as I could, clamped it each end. What I like to do is I like half it, so then it just lays nice.
All right, so we got my junction boxes in place. So in here is where we're gonna get our ground to the frame. I've ground that. Literally, I ground the powder coat off so it'll touch. I'm gonna be putting my ground wire from the motor to the frame. Now everything's gonna be grounded. That way we can connect grounds to the frame, to the motor, wherever we need them. Everything's gonna be grounded. Our power wires are gonna come in here. We're gonna have one wire coming off of each going to the batteries. That's it. Everything's gonna be hidden. It's gonna look super good. But we've got just about got all our wiring on the engine, which Chad would do better, but that's fine. Chad's gonna do it later. He's gonna help us. He's got a lot of wiring ahead of him. This is my most favorite part. Detail after detail after detail. So We've got the negative and positive all wire loomed, so it looks good. We've got our power wire back to the fuel pump. I'm gonna get the first bolt in here. We'll get our other bolts in here. Hillbilly went to the Nepal to get a few more little accessories. But yeah, this build, it's full-fledged coming together. All right, now the fun task of getting these two suckers together and then bolting it down through. All about the details. The things that nobody will see that set the builds apart. The stupidest part about this is we're building a build that we have no way of winning. We're like down by, what, 15,000 votes? But you know what? We're racing our own race. And this is a final, so we're tightening it down and it is not coming back out.
Okay, right now I'm putting the heater hoses on, which it's not gonna be hooked to a heater core. It's just gonna be looped back to itself because we don't have time for a heater core. To install the heater and all that stuff, we don't have time for it. And these do need to be plugged or else you have a really bad coolant leak. Like, as soon as you start it, it'll be a stream straight out.
Straight to jail.
Right to jail, right away.
So, I'm just gonna loop it like this. You want a mile long hose? So if we ever, when we put a heater core on it, there's enough hose?
Yeah, just put it, wrap around the tire.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to use the tire to cinch this hose tight. So you're going to wrap it around the tire, tie it, so when you start driving, it'll cinch the hose tighter and tighter.
Perfect.
Waiting for a couple other parts before I can fill the coolant. So while I'm waiting, I'm going to fill front differential, then the rear differential. Then I'll jump up, do the transfer case, then come to the front, do the transmission and motor oil. And hopefully by then we'll have what I need for the coolant system.
Why are you videoing?
You are acting like a child right now.
I bet you every time you fill the
It's
rear
not.
end, you
It's
laugh.
not that bad until Robbie starts making noises.
What noises?
I think you're making the noises.
Parts and pieces that I needed to finish the coolant system showed up. So now I'm going to finish this. Wrong size.
All right, so we just got gear oil in the transfer case and differentials. So now I'm moving up. Hillbilly's got something else he's working on. So I'm putting ATF in it, then some engine oil in it, just so everything's full, nothing gets forgotten about, and it's easy to access right now too. All right, so I just got 1 gallon in, which is just 4 quarts essentially. Robbie wants 6, so I'm gonna put about half of this in there, and then it'll have 6 quarts in there. So that'll be plenty for when we start it up, and then we'll fine tune it when it's running and warm and everything like that.
I'm doing more coolant hoses. So the hose that I looped back to itself for the heater core has to come off, because the overflow reservoir is how you fill the radiator, and one side hooks into the one fitting, the other fitting is, I'm assuming, feed to the heater core. So this one goes to the other heater core, and we're not running a heater core, so I'm going to put this on the one fitting, cut this where I need to, and put it on the other fitting, so it just still loops, but now we can still hook up the heater core or the overflow, so we're able to fill up the radiator and the coolant system.
Okay, so that's 4 quarts. Online it says 8 quarts. So I'm gonna put 7 in, then check it, and then probably end up adding all 8, but I like to be safe and stop 1 quart early, just so you don't overfill it. All right, so we're just going around checking, making sure everything that can be tight is tight. This is still loose because we need that for alignments, but these bolts can all be tightened up, so we're just going around tightening it all up.
All right, so I'm in here by myself, getting the fuel pump wired. I've got the winch lines ran for the rear. I've got them into the junction block. Still need to put the exhaust in, but they should be dry now from earlier. But all the guys are in the other shop getting that sucker undercoated. So I'm gonna go check that out, see where they're at on it. It's cold.
Hector, what's going on? What are you doing? Are you okay? Masking things up, huh?
Well, you see, we taped off the entire van, so nothing gets overspray on it. Might be dummy proof, might not. We'll find out. And then we put plastic down on the floor so we don't drip this, what is it? Fast dry onto the concrete. That's the last thing we need. To be cleaning and resurfacing concrete.
So you got the good stuff, you're just hitting the high traffic area?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Little spots that we missed, so we'll make her look good.
This is just taking me well into the night. I have to drill and tap everything, and I can't decide on where I'm going to put clamps, and I can't decide how to put wiring, and I have to wire loom everything, where I won't be able to sleep at night. So we're just about there. And then guess what? We figured out that our drive shaft is about to hit the upper link, but it has 1/8 of an inch of clearance at full bump. So yeah, that's cool. Thought you needed to know that. But I'm going to finish up.
It'll
Got the starter wire. Oh yeah, no, it'll move it. Got the starter wire to do and the winch wires to run, and that'll be it on here. All right, it is midnight again. We got everything we needed done today. We got the body undercoated. We got all the winch wiring tied in, done. Starter wiring done. We got all the wiring on the engine done enough that we can put this in, hook a few wires up, and this thing will start. Tomorrow, we're going to reevaluate our list, clean up a little bit. Oh, the exhaust is in. We're like getting there. But we still need to paint the inside of the body. We still need to paint the cabinets. We still need to put seats in. We still need steering. We still need brakes, gas pedal, doghouse. All right, I'm going home. It is tomorrow. All right, it is the next day, and I've gotten myself into a heap of mess that I probably shouldn't be doing. But you know what? I'm doing it. So on this yard cell harness that I got, it's a Holley Performance Terminator X. They make it universal, so things are really long. So I know that I'm eventually going to cut all that down. But for now, this is my wideband O2 sensor plug, and I want it to plug in over here. This is how much I cut off of it. Okay? I don't need it to be 10 miles long. Trimming it down, putting new terminations on, and then we are going to put a new end on, make it look factory. So I'll finish doing this, and I'll show you when it's done. But today is the day. Well, no, actually today is not the day. Today is the day that we have to finish painting the inside of the van. The whole goal was to have the body on the frame. Because it's Friday and we leave in 2 days. And we're not going to have it done. But that's fine. We're doing the best we can out here with what we got. You know, with the team we have, we're doing the best job we can. Guess what, guys? We gotta wait. Oh, we can't put it on. We have to put the inside fair lead and the outside fair lead on when the body's on. Well, I was just gonna show you that the old winch works. And then we were gonna put our gas tank protector, winch protector on, but we're putting an inside fair lead right in here, just for in case. And that can't go on until...
You gonna winch this back in?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you that both work. We definitely want to make a new list. So won't be able to put the cover on until the body's on, but guess what? That winch is done. And that's what truly matters here, okay? Now, as you can see, we just jumped in here to our wiring distribution center, and it worked. One other thing that's cool is check this out. I just want to show you guys a couple little doodads and dilly dees. It's obviously not going to start because we don't have any wiring, but check this out. Now if we had fuel in it, you like that? Because I sure do. One thing we do have to do though is we're gonna cycle the engine a few times because we weren't able to pressurize the lifters. And so what Kevin told me to do is just turn it over, let the oil pump. Actually, we should get a scope. Let's make sure the oil is coming up into the valve covers. We'll crank it over till we see oil, till we know we have pressure. All right, so overwhelming is a real thing, and it's kicked in very hard.
Overwhelming.
Overwhelming, and it's very real. So we're gonna go through our list. So you can see we've got some crossed off, but motors assembled. Done. Gears and axle. Done. Exhaust. Done. Seats. Seat mounts.
Not done.
Not done. So write that down. Wire harness installed. But write down seats and then put in Terminator X and wire up. Mount, brake lines, pedal assemblies. Not done. Put brakes.
Half done.
Yeah, just put brakes. Wheels and tires. Done. But we need lug nuts. Put lug nuts in all wheels. Paint. Half done. But finish painting.
We have a lot of half done so far.
Oh my gosh. Rear curtain. Not done.
Rear curtain?
Yep. Put that down.
What's
Steering
the
pump.
rear curtain?
Done. Fill and adjust struts. Put ORI fill. Not done. Oh, four-wheel drive shifter and gear shifter. Those are in, but not done. So put finish shifters. Lights. Not done.
Not even started.
Not even started.
Maybe this is a bad idea.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Which part of the list?
Rear door inner skin. Not done.
Is it going to get done?
No, I'm serious. Yeah, that's a Sean thing.
So write Sean next to all the ones that are for Sean.
Rear door install. Not done. Hola, Hector!
Inner skin.
Hola, papi. Okay, cupboard hinges and latches. Not done. I got one that's done. Limiting strap. Done.
Are we running one on the front?
No. Doghouse.
Sean.
House?
Yeah, so
Wait.
our list is huge. And, install glass. Install body. Finish inside. Finish winch. Front. There's too many things to write down on our list, so I'm done.
Install.
The list is just gonna keep growing. I'm gonna go ahead and work on mounting the wiring for the winch. That's gonna be my next task because it needs to be done. That sucks. We just have so much. But look at how good the body looks. It's
Does the
almost.
motor start?
The body is not almost done. We should look at how.
Sorry, the frame is almost done. Our part is almost done.
We've done way more than what we have left to do.
That is true. And eventually we'll put a condenser in it and put AC.
And we're a lot further than we was last week.
Well, that is true. You know what? Hillbilly's being optimistic over here, and I don't appreciate it. Okay, we're gonna get back to work. We'll talk to you in a little while.
All right, we're making the engine cover to cover the motor. These are the side panels that go with the bolt strips we already made. So we're gonna do the diamond pattern in them and should look cool like an old bread van.
All right, so Robbie's working on the front winch. He's got all the wiring. He had to mount the control boxes.
So what we've got to do is we've got to drill a hole to put the winch controller out the back. So we're going to be putting this through the back, and that's where we're going to hook up our winch controller right up here in the back. Nothing fits on top of the Warren winch. We've got the VR Evo 12,000 pound synthetic winch. This thing is amazing. But we've mounted all of the control unit up inside here. Now we're mounting that in the back. So that way we can make it work. Once I get this all mounted, I can cut these wires, get them trimmed up, and we will have all the wiring done for the body to go on.
The next morning.
Good morning! It's 4:30 a.m. and I am bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So last night, we had trunk or treat. It was Friday night. Went and gave candy out for all the kids. It was Lincoln's 3rd birthday, and that little boy got so many Legos. It was a super awesome time. Man, I love that little boy. He's such a little gearhead. But in there, we have the Onyx Offroad build that needs to be painted. Today is Saturday, and we're supposed to be leaving for Tucson, Arizona. Yeah, we're not leaving because it ain't done. But I just want to talk to you guys about the most amazing crew on the planet. That's my crew. My team pulls together every single time we need it, and they are amazing. So they stayed last night, got this all based out for me. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna do some airbrushing. So Cody and Pablo specifically stayed late, got everything sealed, based, and ready for me to airbrush. So shout out to them. Without my team, I'd be nothing. But luckily, That's what we got an awesome team for. So anyways, we're gonna get some paint loaded up. We're gonna get this airbrushed. Colton will be here at 6 a.m. to help. So you guys are gonna get a little bit of POV from me, but until he gets here, you're just gonna have to hang out and wait and see, and we'll go from there. All right, a little update. It is almost 5:45 in the morning, so I think Cody and Colton are gonna be showing up here in a minute. But I've been practicing for the last 45 minutes, trying to get this figured out. And I think I've got it a little bit. It's definitely not like Dieter, but it's looking okay. So I'm gonna show you. What I'm trying to do is just make it look old. I don't want it to look good. I don't want it to look new. I want it to look like it's like growing rust and whatever else. So I'm just trying to hit all the edges and just get it to really not look good, basically. Went ahead and did a little bit back in here. Not going too crazy on the inside, just kind of blending it to make it look like the outside. We're gonna hit all the rivets. It's gonna dust some color. We're gonna be putting a darker color over this after, and that's really gonna make it pop. But I have all these doors yet. Got these diamond cut steps. These are gonna be fun. I gotta make these look real bad. But the bars, man, is it gonna turn out cool. And then, we got all this stuff right here. So much to do yet, but it's gonna turn out so cool. I cannot wait to have this all done. Show you guys what it looks like. All right, so I just made a decision. So to try to help be efficient, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get inside and I'm gonna finish up everything inside the van. And then when Cody gets here, we'll get Cody flat clearing the inside. That way we can bake it off, get that out of here, and then I can finish the cabinets, flat clear the cabinets, and the body can be getting prepared to be put on. So this is turning out so awesome. Now, the inside isn't gonna be like the outside, but who cares? It's gonna look good, it's gonna look finished, and you know what? I'm learning. This is pretty cool. All right, that's enough for in here. I'm gonna let Cody take over and just flat clear everything. Yeah, finish everything outside and flat clear this and get it out of the booth. All right, so as you can see, these are still tan, but I got all these airbrushed. So I'm gonna go mix the clear for Cody. He's gonna be flat clearing in the van while I'm airbrushing all this stuff. It's almost 9 o'clock. I'm 5 hours in. We're trying to be efficient. So that's why we're gonna clear the van, bake it, get it out, bring all the panels in, then we'll flat clear all the panels by themselves. Man, this is cool. Just love it. It's not as good as Travis. You know what it'll do for the interior panels. All right, so we are doing it big time today. We're mixing it in the big boy cups. I dropped this one in, so I'm gonna need a stir stick. Making some dinner. You guys ready to drink this? Come on. It's tasty. All right, we are mixed up, cupped up, ready to go. Got a little bit of extra right here that Cody can use if he needs. I'm gonna get some new gloves and we'll get in there and get painting some.
All right, got all suited up. I get to do the flat clear while Robbie is still doing the airbrush work on the rest of the panels so we can get this process moving along as fast as we can. Okay, we just got done with the flat clear inside the van. Inside's good to go. Robbie's over here showing his artistic talent. So I think we're gonna bake the van so we can get it out and then finish up the rest of the stuff so we can get the van on the body this afternoon and hopefully running tonight or first thing in the morning.
All right, we got one seat base painted. That was a lot. My hands are cramping. I'm gonna do a couple more things and then we're gonna bake the clear and get out of here. for a little while, and then we'll get this out of here and we'll have way more room to work. All right, so we got the body out of the booth and our flooring showed up. So we're just kind of laying it out to get a look, but look at this. We got the Onyx Offroad logo in the back.
All right, Robbie's killing it in here. He's zoned out right now. He's so focused because we're on a time crunch. But I want you guys to go in the comments and leave a comment telling him how good he's doing. Like, not airbrushing before, and he's killing it. Let me show you guys. Like, look at that. He's going into the little details right here where it's all rusted out, pitted in that, and he makes it pop. Exactly what we're wanting. Just going around kind of getting updates on everything. I didn't want to stop Sean, go over to Sean and stop and be like, hey, can you explain what you're doing, what you got going on? So he's been working on, like we talked about, the engine cover, doghouse. Check it out, you guys. He's already got these clamped in on the sides. I just wanted to show you. Robbie already noticed.
Some sweet, sweet diamond cuts. Look at that. We're going on 12 hours of airbrushing. It is legitimately 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're at 11 hours. We still have to clear. I've got this panel, and I've got 5 more pieces over there. And there's supposed to be 2 more colors, but you know what? We still haven't got the body on, so I don't think it's getting all the other colors. All right, 12 and a half hours later, it's time for flat clear. So I've got Cody in here helping me. I'm gonna start on all these parts. He's gonna start on the cabinets. We're gonna get this stuff done. You have to like do a little funky dance as it's blowing in the wind. All right, we got our first coat on. We're gonna get in there, get our second coat of flat clear on, and then we're gonna bake it because we got more stuff to paint tonight. That's how it goes. But it's been a long day. It's the day we were supposed to leave. That's okay. We're not half doing it.
All right, this is gonna be the back of the engine cover, and this will be the tranny tunnel. Will come off of that. So we're gonna do some more diamond cut patterns in there, and should look good.
All right, we've got it all finished up. Let's go check it out. We were supposed to have that body on the frame, headed to Tucson, Arizona today, but I just got done spraying. It is so weird. It turned out so good and looked so crappy by design. But that's all, folks. We're behind schedule, but we're not behind on our pride. We take pride in our work, and we're not gonna rush it. I mean, we're hurrying, but we're gonna do the best job we possibly can. And if that means that we're late to the Onyx Offroad Build Challenge to Tucson, Arizona, then so be it. We'll be late. We'll be there a couple days late. We'll do what it takes to get there, and we'll be there. But we won't be there on time. All right, it has been a super long week. We didn't get as far as we wanted, but we did a ton of stuff, and we still have a lot to do. So make sure you come back, follow along. Make sure you guys get on X Offroad because they're awesome for sponsoring this build. And as always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.